So what up, 2K fans? I always have fun doing this video. I always try to do it once a year. This is my top 10 things that I don't want to see in NBA 2K17. Now this is just for fun. Most of these clips are pretty funny, but you know, it's pretty interesting to see some of these same problems showing up again. This clip coming in from B-Tootin21, and we saw this a lot in NBA 2K15. The Invisible Team. They return again for NBA 2K16, and I was like wondering, like, man, I wonder if they got rid of that problem. And here it is again. You know, players turning completely invisible and they're balling out. And I don't know what this bug is. Like, why can't this be fixed? Or, you know, who knows? Maybe it doesn't happen anymore after that patch, but it definitely slipped by the game testers or whoever's tested the game out before the game drops. But here it is. You got the Invisible Team, and I've seen a lot of this already. Lots of clips, lots of what the F clips that people are sending in. At number 9, we've got a clip coming in from Stop Being a Noob. Take a look at this animation. And I only saw this a couple of times last year, but this is really crazy. Look at that slide. That man is ice skating out here. Oh yeah, we got some real new foot planning in 2K16. At number 8, we got a clip coming in from Paul, just Paul. And I've seen this a lot. Look at this. And this is something that I was talking about, I believe, in NBA 2K14. The yo-yo. I called it the yo-yo animation. I was wondering why this is still in the game, or why this is still a problem. But these are just little funny bugs and glitches. Some of them are more random than others. Some of them are more frequent than others. But this is just something that I saw, you know, in previous games, especially in NBA 2K14. At number 7, here's another one that I've been seeing since NBA 2K12, I think, or it might go back even further. But look at this clip coming in from Paul II. He crosses the guy up and he warps back to his feet. That's Damian Lillard. Been seeing this. Usually you see this after people get dunked on, or, you know, they get knocked down after a rebound and they just warp back to their feet. This one coming in from Zoofy G. These are all what the F clips, you know, but I had to wrap them up and make a video out of this because these are the top 10 things we don't want to see. Even though they're funny, it's still kind of ridiculous to still see this kind of stuff, especially if you break someone's ankles and then they warp back to their feet and they're able to, you know, continue to defend you or even get a rebound. It's just ridiculous. And it's crazy because I've broken somebody's ankles and I couldn't go to the rim because of this. At number 6, this is just a legacy issue. I don't think they'll ever really be able to defeat this problem. Or if they do, it'll probably be on another generation console. But ball tangibility. You know, last year I did a video on this about how the ball still travels through the people's bodies. They call it clipping, you know, but it's just an eyesore, and it really bothers you when you actually get a block, like your hand goes through the ball. You know, when you play really good defense and you try to deflect the ball and you time it perfectly and your hand will go through the ball. I don't know what's changed though. Maybe this year the hand and the ball are more likely not to morph through each other, but the head and the body still happen. At number 5, got a clip coming in from Albert J. Take a look at this. This is Shaquille O'Neal shooting it through the backboard. And I talked about this last year as well. I saw this happen a couple times. Another clip coming in from an unknown assailant. I always tell you guys to put your name in the title of your videos when you send them to me. Don't just say top 10. Say your name, put your name in the title. But yeah, this is another clip of a guy shooting the ball right through the backboard. And I said this was in NBA 2K14, NBA 2K13. Probably just legacy issues that just don't seem to get fixed or are really tough to deal with. These are all just funny little bugs. This is another clip coming in at number 4 from Will the B7. And I'm like,
I don't know what to say about this one.
I did see very similar glitches and problems, like the lights going out in NBA 2K15. So it's kind of crazy to see this happening in 2K16. And look at this, it's completely blacked out. This might have just been a glitch before the patch, but it's still funny to see this. Or it's kind of crazy to see this. At number 3, we got another clip coming in from Booty 2000. Look at this. the ball entering from below the basket. And I used to think this was just a glitch or a bug, but it's back in 2K16 and people are getting points for it. Even though this is highly illegal, you know, and you know, you can still throw alley-oops through the bottom of the net, and this guy's getting buckets for it. So yeah, that's still a weird thing to see, but you know, one of those glitches that's just in the game. We don't want to see it in 2K17. At number two, this one really bothers me. This one's coming from a lot of different people. This one's from Molly God. This is a 7-foot player using Kyrie Irving, you know, all kinds of guard dribbles, you know, Jamal Crawford. And look at this. These guys are breaking ankles, and these are 7-foot players. And I know some of you guys are thinking, yeah, I've seen a clip of a 7-footer break a man's ankles before, and it's extremely rare. Just as rare as it is to see Nate Robinson jump over a 7-footer in a dunk contest. You know what I'm saying? But not in 2K. It's extremely common. And I think it's really weird that a 7-foot player has access to animations like this, when point guards don't have access to big man dunks. So, you know, it's really hard to justify this. I think it's really weird. And eventually it's going to turn into more cheese. But, you know, everybody's already given up on learning how to dribble. We're just all spamming, you know, the Jamal Crawford crossover. No one's using right stick skills anymore. They're just stopping and just activating an animation and hoping that it breaks people's ankles. And now you got 7-footers still getting away with animations that are only built for guards. And look how it doesn't even look right, like how slow he is after he does that dribble. It doesn't even make sense. So yeah, man, this is just really weird, and I just wish 2K would fix this. And at number one, this one coming in from Dolphin Toes and several others. This is the newest thing. This is something new. I haven't seen this before, only in NBA 2K16.
Oh my god! Oh! Oh my god! Whoa!
We gotta call this the Superman shot.
Uy, ano yun? Ala, uy! Uy! Save ko yun. Save ko yun, ah.
This is happening all over the world right now. I know this is a bug, and it probably has something to do with the fact that they wanted to add in these high arcing layups now. You know, for NBA 2K16, some of these Steph Curry layups and these Chris Paul layups, but I don't know. There's something happened. You know, it just doesn't work right, and it has you shooting it to the moon, Alice. Yeah, it's like I call that the Superman shot, because only Superman can shoot it that high, and then it still goes in. It's crazy. And this is just a funny glitch. I don't even know if I want this one to be gone. This is just a funny thing to see. You know, it's kind of hilarious. You know, but I do this once a year. I don't take it very seriously. I know that this is kind of funny to see, but that was my top 10 things I don't want to see in NBA 2K17. If you like this video, smack that like tab to show your support. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll be back with some more top 10 plays for you guys later.